Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about laparoscopic camera system, about the camera head as well as about the camera control unit, that is the CCU. So let's begin. So a typical laparoscopic camera usually has two ends. This one is going to get attached with the CCU and this one is going to get attached with the laparoscope. So this is what is called as the laparoscopic head, and typically it will have a few buttons at the top and a ring here to attach the laparoscope. This ring mechanism may vary depending upon the company. For a striker, it's usually you press it from above and it opens up, and then you can attach your scope and then just release it so that it stays there. So just to show you, we have to press this from above and then it is going to go inside. Just release it and the scope is going to stay there. Must be very careful. If it's not perfectly inside, the scope may just fall out. A store's camera head usually has a rotating mechanism. Once you rotate it, the ring opens up and you insert the camera and then release it. Most cameras will have a ring for focus. So this is the focusing ring for this camera, and some of them will have a zoom ring as well. So with the help of the focusing ring, we can adjust the focus of the system, and as you rotate, just be very slow so that you know where the perfect focus is. Similarly, if you have a zoom ring, you can rotate the zoom ring. This one does not have, but if your camera has, you can adjust the zoom depending upon how much you want for a particular case. Moving on to the buttons, cameras may have a few to multiple buttons. Like this one has 4 buttons at the top: the up arrow, the down arrow, a P numbered button, and then a W button. So depending upon the situation where you are in, it asks to press P to start, and then you can long press the white button to white balance, and then depending upon the buttons we have various functions. After that, you have a cable attached here which is usually non-detachable, and it will end towards the other end of the camera. Will usually have a connector to be connected with the CCU. We just open up the cap, and then usually they'll have a marker. Like this camera has an arrow which has to be aligned with the arrow on the CCU, and only in that direction you must insert. Otherwise, the pins might break. And also remember that you switch off the camera before you make this connection, because otherwise there is a risk of damaging the camera. So this is the front of a camera. For this example, we have a 1.5 weighted striker camera, and most of the cameras will have a connector for the camera head to be connected, a power button, and they may have a few additional buttons, but this one has a touch screen, so most of the functions will go through the touch screen. So before we start, we'll align this arrow with the arrow marked here and then insert this camera head properly and very gently, and only then we're going to power on the unit. So as you see, as the unit is powering on, it is going to load its software, do its routine tests, and after that only it is ready to be used. So once it is ready, we can see a certain display on the screen. In this camera, we have certain specialties, like we have a laparoscopy at the top, which can be changed as we change the surgery. Depending upon the camera, like in this particular case, we have certain settings at the top, which will optimize the camera settings to the procedure that you are doing. Like you may change from laser to hysteroscopy to laparoscopy depending upon your procedure. Then there are certain other settings, like if you want to do a white balance, you can press this button, and if it is compatible, you can do recording, a still shot or a video recording by attaching it to a compatible system. And then there are certain modes for ICG and for infrared, which depending upon the case scenario and your attachments, you can be activated. Once the surgery is done, you must switch off the camera first by pressing the power button, and after it is shut down, only then you should try and detach the camera head like this. So pull it in a gentle outward direction, do not rotate, depending upon your camera, and then release it. So this is the back side of the same camera. Depending upon your make, it may have a different setup, but usually you will find a connector for the power. This one is for the power input. It has a standard 3-pin connection to be attached to a power cable that can be attached to a standard outlet, but remember it should have an earthing connection as well, and your outlet should have an earthing connection and should be a 3-pin working earthing connection, otherwise it can give a shock. Then there are certain outputs for the monitor, like this one has a digital outputs, the DVI out ports 1 and 2, which can be connected to a DVI cable, which then can be connected to a monitor. You have certain other outputs like this S video out for a previous model monitor. Then depending upon your camera model, you can have certain special connectors, like this one has this light source connector, which can be used to connect it to the light source to give you certain extra features. Like in this one, you can have ICG switched on if you have this special connection. So similarly, depending upon the make of your camera, you can have certain connections which are then added to the special accessory available for that particular camera, and then those accessories can be made to work with the help of these special connectors. Thank you.